Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the third session of the Zelda campaign until the party comes up with a name for themselves. And, let's see, I guess Crow will do the recap this time.
Oh, I
Geez, you
will.
don't roll for it? What's a recap if you don't roll for it?
Well, no one else has, figured out how it goes yet. You two are the experienced ones.
Fair enough.
Okay, on the last episode, we went down the well to investigate the bokoblin problem, and there we found, well, it was kind of a arduous task getting down there. Well, just for my character Bodon, because he's so big, and I think he broke a rope. But we managed to get down there, and Dekka scouted forward and found a crest, a triangular crest on a wall. And after investigating that for a little bit, we came to the conclusion we didn't have the means to open it, or just didn't know what it was. Or I guess Bodon figured out it was a great fairy fountain that blessed heroes, but we didn't know how to open it. We found a camp of these bokoblins with one big moblin as their leader, who was summoning them just constantly every time one went down. And we fought through the enemies and came out victorious. And we went back up the well, but Bodon and Dekka stayed behind and found a dried up fairy fountain in which they put some water inside of and got a silver rupee and became 100 rupees richer. And then we talked to our benefactor, the guy who gave us the job, the innkeeper, the barkeeper, and we decided to. There was two options: to go to the forest where there were more of these monsters that needed to be dealt with, or go to the castle to get information. And there was also a Gerudo around town that had a mule that Dekka wanted. And I think that's kind of the major bullet points.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's it. I might regret doing this, but I'll do what you do for us, and I'll let you and Sonic Link have a one-time inspiration for this session.
All right. So just
So you
a
can
reroll.
force, yeah, you can force an advantage roll on pretty much anything,
All right. Can I use it against an enemy too, or is it just for me?
just for yourself.
All right. Cool. I'll try to remember I have this.
Yeah, since Sonic Link did it last time, I'll give it to him this session as well.
All right.
Alright, I'll have to try to remember I have it too.
Yeah, there's like nowhere on the list where you have inspiration.
I'll probably just jury rig myself something sometime later-ish.
Yeah, so Dekka got the Gerudo's information, gave it to you, and then she went off to go make a sanctified healing draught with her potions and stuff, and she took Clucksworth with her, and we'll see how that unfolds in the next session. But I think that it's going to go pretty well. They're making this potion so that in the event that Sora gets knocked out, they can get him back on his feet without being frail. If you don't know what frail is in this game, if you go down and you get back up without magical healing, the next time you go down, you will die. So this makes it so if he goes down after they get him back up, he won't die, which is good for his health.
Very good.
And so you go to where Dekka found the elusive Gerudo, and why don't you describe Barla to us, Devin?
You find Barla, kind of just like sitting by herself. The most notable feature is her hair, which just sticks up in every direction except down. It's just this big old like bush on top of her head. She's chugging on some gourd with unknown liquid inside, leaning against this pack animal that she's got with her.
Oh, very nice. And I guess why don't we pull back the curtain and introduce yourself to the audience, Devin?
Hi, I'm Devin. Was I supposed to say anything else?
I guess not. I mean, unless you want to plug Dungeons and Devons.
I run a Facebook page called Dungeons and Devon where I make custom D&D and content as well as content for other tabletop RPGs. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, he's made some supplements for D&D with Zelda stuff, but we're doing Worlds Without Number.
I finished that monster manual, then you decide to run a Zelda campaign with a different system.
Gee, how rude.
I didn't even know he was doing it until afterwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, so before you see Bodon the Goron, Sora the Rito, and you see Onslow the Labrynnan.
You said the Labrynnan?
Yeah, essentially just a human.
Oh, okay.
No, not to be confused with a Subrosian, who also
Varla
probably just look
kind
like
of blinks
people.
lazily, and her eyes seem to like go right through you. She just takes another big swig from her gourd. It appears to come empty because she starts trying to shake out any last drops and then discards it.
Okay, so we're basically there right now.
Yeah, so
Okay.
so you see Barla doing all the swigs and stuff.
Have a mule.
Okay, well,
Yeah, she has her mule.
okay. Hi there. I don't suppose you'd be up for doing that. You'd be for hire, would you?
Varla kind of cranks her neck and says, "Well, that depends. Depends what the job is and what you're looking to send my way in return."
Okay, well, basically, we just heard that someone around here had a mule for hire, and we need someone for our journey. We're going to. Where's it? We're going to again? Are you going to the castle first?
Yeah,
Did
I'm
we
like,
decide on that?
I don't know. Did you? So
I'm pretty sure we decided on the castle. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a party of adventurers here, and we're preparing for some adventuring, and we need someone to help us with carrying gear, and we're heading to the castle first.
Varla sits up and says, "Well, that doesn't sound too difficult. What have you got?"
Okay, like how much do we have?
Yeah. Well, what's coming in my pocketbook or belly in return for this favor of yours?
Okay, well, I think first of all, how about you? It would be helpful to know what the going rate is around here.
Barla kind of looks stressed for a moment, then scratches the bush of hair that she's got in her head, and says, "Well, I would do it for a small sum of 30, 40 rupees, unless you've got some roast cuckoo on you. Then I'll drop it to 5."
Oh, you
Oh,
just missed
shoot.
her.
You just missed. We did, but she's unfortunately with our other friend, busy making potions. Also, I'm not sure if she would be too keen on you eating her friend, or whether you would be able to eat her friend.
Yeah, she did seem rather fond of that.
I would
That
also
critter.
recommend you not attempt to roast a cuckoo unless you do not value your life.
Yeah, leans forward and says, "What about some, I don't know, milk? You got that on you?" She starts to look a little desperate. Roast cactus, sandworm, anything?
Despite what you may have heard, cactus juice is not the Quentius, and I'm not entirely sure who spreaded that rumor in the first place.
Kind of crawls up to you and says, "Listen to me. I'll take you to the castle. I'm just starving, okay? I haven't eaten in days. That gourd was my last drop."
Okay, well, we do have food with us, so yeah, we can feed you if you want to come with us.
Marla sighs in relief and says, "All right, you got a deal." She kind of like slaps the mule as it kind of like gets to a stand, and she says, "All right, we'll leave whenever you're ready, as long as I get some stuff in my belly."
Ah, yes, the negotiator. Very well.
Okay, that's perfect then. So I don't know if we need to do anything else around here.
Could I say I like kind of didn't eat my food because it doesn't really satiate me, and I could just give it to her.
I mean, are you talking about that ball of bread that she shot in your mouth the other day?
Well, I thought we were accommodated for helping the town out, right?
For the past 2 days you were, not anymore.
Yeah, but I don't really need to eat that.
Wasn't the town feeding you coal though, or something?
Oh yeah, right. Never mind.
I mean, you could share your coal with her. And
Yeah.
you still have some.
Yeah, oh, well, I got some coal here. I don't know how appetizing that is to you, but
Kind of blinks a little bit and says, "Do you have any food?"
oh no, that stuff kind of weighs me down. I just find it on the side of the road most of the time.
She
Look, don't worry about him. I've got plenty of rations in store. You'll have food.
She saddles her mule and says, "Good, because as you can tell, I'm a very shrewd businesswoman, and I'm not one for charity."
Okay, that's fair enough.
She gets the mule ready. She says, "Business has been great lately, I assure you. Really, I'm doing you a favor." But her eyes lie.
Okay, we trust you on that.
Now, as she gets the mule ready, she looks up to each of you and says, "So what were your names then?" "Name's Barla, by the way. Pleasure to meet you."
All right, nice to meet you, Barla. I am Onslow. I guess I was a sailor, kind of don't have a ship now, and I'm now adventuring with these fine adventurers.
Yeah, I'm Bodon. I'm from the mountains over there. You could probably see them in the distance there. I was a guard, just guarding a door, but I came down here to get some supplies to go on an adventure, and I want to kill at least one Dodongo. I killed one before, but I think it had brain damage at the time I got there, and we don't really count that one.
Good to have goals, but since you don't eat food, when you're done with the Dodongo, you mind bringing it my way?
Oh yeah, you don't need them. I might take a trophy or two from it, but you can have the carcass. I don't really need that.
Great. I learned how to make roast Dodongo tail one time, and it was edible. She kind of smiles at the memory.
I've heard adventurers really like eating octoroks, though. Those are really good. So I hear.
Oh yeah, fried octorok is quite the delicacy.
And I suppose I shall have to introduce myself as well.
Well, yeah,
So,
not to be rude.
So Northwind. I am a healer.
Pleasure.
Don't mind him. He's like this to everyone.
All right, yeah, I'm sure. Anyways, are we gonna get going or what?
Oh yeah. The day is young. Is it young?
Yeah.
Yeah, the day is young. We should travel out as soon as possible.
She
Assuming
mounts
there's
her
nothing
mule.
else to check out around this place.
Um, This is kind of like a small little village, right?
No, this is a city. This is Lynna
Oh,
City.
okay. I guess there would be more stuff to check out here. Well, in character. Well, I don't know. I just came here to get some essentials, but I'm not too sure if there's anything else here.
Now, if you don't mind me asking, what need do you have for my mule anyway?
Oh, that's for the our other companion. She's busy. She seems to be tied up for the next few days. She's making something. I don't. I'm not too savvy with that kind of stuff, but I guess we'll see
Very
what.
difficult to persuade her from doing something when she has her mind to it.
Unfortunately.
I see. And what business do you have at the castle?
They apparently have some information that she wanted to gather from them.
We just came from a town that had a ma- horde of goblins inside its well that we dealt with.
You're still in
The-
that city.
Yeah, the city. You may have heard about it the other day.
Yeah, a
Is
lot
that
of
what
broken
that was?
windows.
Barla says, well then, if you've got business here in town before headed out for the castle, I guess I'll just stick with you. You know, I'm on the clock.
I don't see why you have any reason not to join us.
All right, where to, boss?
We got a map of to the castle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It'll
and
take you like half a day to get there.
okay, yeah. Well, we should get there by nightfall, taking breaks along the way. I guess we head out.
All right. So, the first part of your journey is relatively eventless. The clouds look like they might rain or something like that. But other than that, it's pretty smooth, pretty normal. You might have traveled this road before, Onslow.
You know, they say you say the rain comes from the Paradox Kid. Have you ever heard of that story?
The what now?
Well, I'm asking you if you want to know.
Well, you could tell us.
Oh yeah, it said to come from a kid with an ocarina, and it's the strangest thing. He was able to travel through time back and forth, and he taught this song to a a man in a windmill, and then he went forward in time, and he learned. I'm getting this story all wrong. I'm not good at story time. I'm just good at beating stuff up.
That story sounds like utter pumpkin mold to me. The rain happens because the gods are sweating. I've, spent quite a bit of time out in the world, so you just listen to me.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
No,
Ugh.
the rain comes because when it is rather warm out, the water from the ground evaporates and flows into the sky. It becomes clouds, and the clouds then drop rain.
I don't
That
know
is-
about that. It's kind of salty.
I don't know if
It-
you've noticed, but water typically flows downwards, not up into the sky.
She has a point.
Yeah, but
It's
how do you
called
think that water gets up into
evaporation.
the sky?
Between
called-
time-traveling children, sweaty gods, and flying water, I think I know it's pretty clear what side I'm staking on.
Great Nero, help me.
Well, I don't know. Maybe water can flow up. You can ask Azora the next time we see one. They know a lot about water.
We Ritu can fly. I can assure you we know quite a bit about how weather works. If we did not, we'd be struck by lightning and die as a species.
Speaking of lightning, lightning has sounded off in the distance, and a small drizzle has started.
Oh. Well, how do you handle this? We usually just go into the mountains when this starts up. How do you deal with it when it's just coming down on you like this?
For the rain, I cannot help you. Normally, the best way is to find shelter. For the lightning, just make sure you are not the tallest thing. Stick next to buildings, lampposts, things like that. The lightning will typically strike those long before it strikes you.
Oh, we're sort of
Barla,
on the.
upon hearing this, dismounts her mule and begins walking alongside it.
There's nothing really to stand next to but trees. We're on the road right now, but
Trees will work too, just so long as you are not the tallest thing around you.
huh. Yeah, I start squatting a little bit.
Yeah, the air is starting to feel a little weird.
Just generally, or to me.
Generally.
Okay.
Barla can probably tell the most. Because her hair feels like it's defying gravity, even though it shouldn't be at this point.
Barla kind of just like scratches her head, runs her fingers through her bush, and thinks, something's not right.
Oh, yeah, something about this storm doesn't quite feel all too right. Definitely feels somewhat different for the many storms I've been on my ship.
I don't encounter very many of these, so I personally wouldn't know. What about you? As I look to Sora, is there anything you know about this?
Yeah, Mr. Flying Water, what do you say?
Flying water.
I do not see any reason to suggest the storm itself is not natural, but perhaps we should find cover and bunker down until it passes.
Okay, yeah.
Barla nods, seeming to think that's a good idea. Are there
Yeah,
any
what's it?
like trees with a large canopy nearby we could use?
Make a wisdom survival or wisdom notice check.
All right. Let me check my modifier. No modifier.
So you don't have a modifier, but do you have the skill?
No.
Oh, so that's a -2 then.
-1.
14.
Well, 14's still pretty good.
Yeah. You're able to find a group of trees that they're like evenly spaced, so if one of them got struck, you might be able to get out of the way.
All right. I guess we'll head in that direction and take some cover under that area.
Yeah, we can hunker down there. I guess I kind of like have my like giant hand over my head as I go like waddling over there.
All right. While you're going over there, you see someone wearing blue over taking cover there as well.
Do they look friendly?
Give me a. Let's see, what kind of check would this be?
Or how close is he? Or she, or whatever.
They're pretty close.
Okay. What do they look like?
So look like they're wearing like a blue shirt of some kind. They have kind of like a wizard's hat on, so it's got a wide brim and it comes up, but it flops over like a nightcap for whatever reason. So it's like one of those wizard hat things.
Interesting.
It's got royal blue boots that are brown on the bottom.
What a weirdo, Barlow whispers.
This person's just going over to the same place we're going to?
Yeah.
All right, so I assume it's just like another traveler, and I'm not really gonna pay too much heed to him as I go there, but I'm just still gonna go towards it.
If you heard a random car engine there, I apologize.
No.
Barlow's gonna go over there, and if this person gets close, just stand awkwardly next to them without saying anything like you would someone in a really long elevator ride.
Yeah. Or just like waiting for a bus, or just standing there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of the first one to break the ice, and he's like, so I guess you're heading to Lynna Castle?
Oh, yeah. That's where we're going.
You looking for the hero?
No.
Oh, well, that's a shame, because you're a lot closer to the hero than you might think.
Who?
The hero, you know, the one that's going to solve all the problems that we're currently facing in Labrynna. You know, like the massive outbreak of mobs that could lead to an attack from the Ganon up north, those kinds of things.
Does this guy look like the fountain?
No.
No, okay.
Where did you hear that story?
Oh, I've been around a few blocks, but it's all true. I've been out there. They're out there. Those monsters are making their work.
So now that we're like closer to this guy, like what's he look like? What's his kind of demeanor like?
So he's got a small shield on his back with the linen crest on it, and he's got a sword that's sheathed on his side. You're not exactly sure what the sword itself is or what it looks like because it's still in its sheath. He looks like he's pretty fast. He travels light.
Like how old is he? Like is he young?
He's younger. He's like somewhere between 18 and 24.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we were you're looking at a couple of heroes here. We saved the town the other day.
Oh, you're just vagabond guards then. It's nice to see guards able to do their duty, but there is only ever one hero.
Excuse me.
In case you haven't noticed, there's all the legends always indicate one hero, and they only make statues to one specific person. There are no heroes, only the hero.
Well, that's kind of depressing, don't you think?
It's
kind of has a point, though.
It's a big job to be the hero. You have to carry the weight of the entire world on your shoulders.
So what does that mean? We're not supposed to deal with any monsters we come across? After all, they are just the business of the hero, so why should we even bother doing this?
Well,
Yeah, I carry my own weight, old man.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. The hero will solve the problems. You just have to wait for the hero to rise up.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure if I'd waited for the hero to help me back there, I'd probably be dead.
Oh no, I would have come running very soon after the town was in trouble, and they would have been utter pushovers. Those bokoblins don't stand a chance against me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you saying that you're this legendary hero?
I am the hero of our time. I wasn't trying to reveal my hand too soon in case any of you were too shady, but yes, I will solve the problems, and everything will be better. Lightning immediately hits the ground nearby, but it gets put out by the rain. It's like, well, except for maybe that stuff. You know, Nehru sometimes doesn't appreciate. I'm not really sure why she does this. Maybe she just does it for fun.
Look to Sora.
Sora's he does not really, he's just keeping shelter. He's not really bothering to listen to Mr. Hero Guy. He's just keeping shelter, watching the storm. He seems to have no interest in this hero or not hero business.
Have you killed a Dodongo before?
Oh, not yet, but I'm sure it's in my future if Death Mountain ever needs my help. Well, we call it Death Mountain from the books. It makes it sound more exciting than Lynna Mountains.
Yeah, you do have a point. But that's kind of my goal right now. I want to kill one of the big ones.
Just what sort of hero work have you done so far?
Well, I've gotten my sword, and he brandishes it very quick, and because you're an artisan yourself, you can tell this thing has got a razor edge to it. It's a pretty darn good sword. Once I collected enough materials for the blacksmith to augment my sword, I'm now ready for anything. I've taken out a few groups of bokoblins before, but that's nothing. I'm going to
It's nothing.
I'm going to
Barlow
make my
agrees.
way to Lynna Castle, and once I'm there, I'm going to make sure that everyone knows that I am the hero, and I will be sent to solve the most dangerous of problems and make sure that everyone is taken care of.
Oh, we're on our way too.
Very well, have fun with that.
Well, why don't we take this guy with you? He's a hero.
Yeah, that definitely is quite the nice sword that you have there.
Does it look impressive to just who aren't people who aren't cultured in
You're like, it's a
smithing?
shiny sword, nice.
Yeah, I know, but if I saw a really nice looking sword as just a normal guy, I'd say, "Oh, that's a pretty nice sword, right?"
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to know to the extent, you could do a intelligence craft or an intelligence know check.
No, I'll just say I think it's a pretty nice sword.
It's a pretty nice sword.
Yeah.
Could I do an intelligence craft check?
I mean, you already know just offhand.
Okay.
You could do this to Bodon's giant hammer if you had the time and the materials.
And also the money.
And also the money.
Yeah. I mean, I've I know how to use a sword. It's just it's just a little clunky when I try to. I do have this one, and it's just this cruddy little short sword I have. But that's just if I lose this baby and I pull out my big hammer. This is what I like using.
Ah, weapon fit for a Goron guard indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, just keep on guarding and I'll take down the big scary stuff.
Oh, certainly.
I'm sure you will.
Man, I thought that the rain was coming down, but he's coming down harder.
Oh yeah, he's like that. He just doesn't like conversations.
Well, no matter. He would not be any match for me anyway.
Well, you don't know until you actually duel someone.
Oh, I could take all four of you on at once and come out on top.
All right, pal, you know what? Maybe you should go to the castle and solve all the world's problems. I'd like to see it.
Ah, see? She knows I'm the hero.
Okay. Instead of fighting each other, why don't you and I make a little wager?
Oh, sure.
I bet I could kill a bigger Dodongo than you.
Well, there aren't any Dodongos to hunt around here. We'd have to go all the way to the Lynna Mountains, and currently that is off the beaten path for the hero's journey.
I know, but we're probably going to go our separate ways, are we not? Eventually.
Oh yeah, probably after Lynna City, I'll go where the hero is needed most.
And
What are you
eventually,
doing at the castle?
heroes will probably be needed in the mountains. There's a lot of problems going on there. And if we meet up again, whoever has the biggest Dodongo fang wins. And maybe we could throw something in there to spice it up.
Well, if we do meet, you'll have to refresh my memory about this wager, but I see no reason not to.
After all, the
Okay.
legendary hero would never lose such a bet, would he?
Of course not.
So what would the legendary hero be prepared to offer for such a wager?
Well, we'd have to get there first, wouldn't we? You can't put money in the pot when the pot isn't there.
Well, maybe we'll meet each other at the mountains, and then we'll perhaps wager what we acquire on our adventure.
Oh, perhaps. There's always a good sum of rupees that you could wager on as well.
Okay, then.
The rain is kind of stopped. It's still cloudy and lightningy, but the rain itself has stopped at this point.
Through the conversation, it kind of
Mm-hmm.
it fizzled a little. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. If we meet at the mountains, we'll make a wager.
All right. The perfect guardian, Goron, sir. Do not fear, vagabond guards. I will have everything back to normal within the next few months.
Well, that's a really long time if you think about it.
There's the thing, Mr. Hero Guy.
You have to remember that the monsters have been building up for years. But I'll cut them all down, and I'll make sure that everything is right in order. And should that Calamity Ganon come down from the north, I need to make sure that we're ready. And so I'm off to the castle to learn everything I can.
So do you have any idea on where one of the main sources of these monsters might be?
From what I've gathered, the woods to the west seems to have the most amount of monsters because no one lives there to guard or bother them. But if they build up to enough numbers, they could launch an assault. But I want to make sure that I'm protecting the people who are in danger before I make an attack against these monsters.
No, we should be careful though.
Oh, I don't need to be careful. They would not. They do not even have the ability to so much as touch me.
Is he well armored, or is he just?
He's got like
have a shield?
chainmail.
Well, you do have armor on, but I wouldn't underestimate them if they're in big groups like that.
Oh, please, I can take them all down in one stroke.
Okay. Didn't mean to offend you. What's your name, by the way?
Oh, my name is Rodolfo.
Rodolfo.
Yes.
Mm, never heard of you.
Well, not now you have.
Uh-huh. And you've heard of me. And him, and her, and him. All heard of each other.
The rain is clearing. We should probably get moving to the castle before it becomes too late.
I
Yeah. I don't know if you want to tag along, Rodolfo, but we're heading to the castle too. We might be heading towards the woods though afterwards.
Well, I need to make great haste, so I will meet you there. And he kind of zooms off, like he's really fast.
Does he go and like starts speeding up?
Yeah, he starts speeding off. You see this weird green wheel show up or something. It starts going red and going down.
Oh, that's wow, he's really going. Okay, he's almost gone. He's okay. Yeah, we should probably head there too. A nice guy.
You know, you should not have bothered indulging him in his, little whatever you want to call it.
You
Fairy
mean his
tales.
fantasy of being a hero?
Frankly, any part of what he said, but yes.
Well, you don't want to crush someone's dreams. You gotta let him have his goals.
Then you
But
should
there's-
just smile and wave.
I do have to say I'm a bit worried about how he's probably going to try and tackle all these hordes on his own.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but yeah, it's. Oof.
He's got a nice sword and he can clearly move fast, but against such numbers, I'd be surprised if he actually could take them down.
Well, at the very least, you can get out of there pretty fast. It seems.
But he's not the type to really run away, though, is he?
Well, I
At
haven't
least
seen them fight. Yeah, you really get to know someone when you see them fight. You know, how close they are to their opponents, and how furiously they swing a blade or swing a hammer. It's all the little things.
Well,
But
perhaps we'll see him again when we go to the woods.
yeah, we should probably make like him and go towards the castle
Indeed.
before it rains again.
All right.
Let us hurry.
Yeah.
I like to think, meanwhile, while the lightning was exploding, Dekka had finally made her potion, and it had that volatile component to it that you'll find out about next episode. All right, so you've made your way to Lynna Castle. There's the moat, and the portcullis is up, and the drawbridge is down. You don't see Rodolfo, at least not right away.
Looks like Hero Boy left the door open.
I mean, there's like
So-
guards and things here.
What's common courtesy here? Do we just walk in, or do we ask for permission?
Well, clearly what I need to do is just fly over the castle ramparts and introduce myself.
You know, don't get shot out of the air, okay?
Yeah, that sounds like way suspicious. Just walk through the front door. You guys aren't criminals, are you?
That was me attempting a joke.
Oh,
You're not very good at that, are you?
No, I clearly should not do it anymore.
I disagree. It's nice to see you actually try.
Yeah, good on you.
All right, so if you move forward, the
Yeah, so I guess let's just go walk up to the guards then.
Yeah,
yeah,
I probably not holding any weapons or anything. They're probably like on the back or something like that. Trying to appear as approachable and non-threatening as possible.
Yeah, so the guards just write down essentially who's coming in. They ask for your name and they write it down, but mostly they take note of like your species, your height, your build, things like that, you know. And then they hand it off to a runner, and then they let you in the castle.
Do they take our weapons?
Nope.
Irresponsible of them.
And I imagine most of us have our weapons, like, not actually drawn, and I imagine the moment we draw them, we'd probably have, like, swarms of guards on our backsides.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to try it.
Yeah.
Please don't. I don't think I'm ready to end up in a jail quite yet.
Nice place they got here. What's it look like in here?
So inside, it's got like the grass has probably got some magic to it. It looks greener than it should. It's like a little blue grass, very nicely kept. It's got a nice fountain with water in it, unlike the one in Lynna City. And everything here looks just gorgeous and elegant, surrounded by walls. You can see essentially where you assume most political action takes place, where you would have the throne of some kind. And then
Is there Oh, I was gonna say, is there like a guard nearby?
Yeah, there's still, I mean, I imagine you're just barely in the city, so there's still guards near the gates and stuff.
Do we have to go through some sort of process to get an audience with the person who runs this joint?
You mean you want to speak to your elect? Have you come from your city to speak to your elect? He's like talking to Onslow, even though Bodon's asking him questions.
I just kind of look back and forth. What?
Okay. Yeah, we just you can say that we just wanted to get some information, find out how things are here.
Well, I mean, everything here is just fine. If you're here, I imagine you want to tell your elect what's been going on at home. So, Onslow, just because you've lived as a Labrynnan citizen, an elect is the person that you elect from your part of the town or region to represent you here at Lynna Castle, and then from there they vote on the Great Sage, and the Great Sage is who runs the joint, as Bodon said. They are essentially the president of the Lynna Republic, the Labrynna Republic.
The blah 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 blah.
The Labrynna Lubric.
Okay, and how would we go about it actually getting an audience with them?
So, in order to get an audience with him, you'd have to do the most dreaded thing on Earth, paperwork, or see if you can find him at his quarters, wherever he's staying. You know that the elect from where you guys were is the South Lynna City elect.
Okay, so basically talking to the guard, we're not going to get too much about how we'd actually get the audience.
Yeah, other than he'd tell you where to go and write out the paperwork. You know, I'll go to the embassy and you pick up a piece of paper, write your region, write your name, write the district that you're born in, write down the elect that you wish to speak with and why you wish to speak with them, and they'll get back to you. Yeah, maybe in a month.
Okay, is there any sort of faster way about doing said process? Any alternatives?
Allow me to speak. We are basically inquiring as to the state of the forest. We believe that the source of monsters that recently attacked a area of Lynna City came from that forest, and we may go there and clear the monsters out to prevent further attacks.
Well, the rumor has been going around that there's been more monsters, but I mean, you can always do the barbaric thing and knock on his door unannounced.
That's pretty easy.
I can't say
that-
the next time we meet after that could very well be under very different circumstances if he does not appreciate the gesture.
I was just about to say I would recommend not doing that, personally.
Yeah, it's probably not the best way, especially since if we're just looking for information about the forest, we probably don't need to go to someone that high up.
Yeah, is there anyone else around this joint that knows about the forest that we could possibly talk to? Oh yeah, there was this young guy with a really nice sword that was coming here. Did you see where he went?
Ah, yes, the Wonton hero. I think he also wanted to do the quick trip all the way up. He went off towards the embassy, but I doubt he stayed there very long. He didn't seem all too patient for the intricacies of politics. He seems to be one of those impatient people that do not care about the workings of a civilization.
Yeah, he did seem like the kind that would get himself in trouble.
I'm not particularly surprised. Let me put it like this. We simply wish for information. Obviously, asking the highest order around here would be difficult for that information, but if you can point us in a place where we can potentially learn information about the forest so that we might be able to plan a way of fighting back against the monsters, then we will be out of your hair soon and we won't have to disturb your most high representative.
Now you kind of hear a bell ringing as a teller as a town crier walks down the street and says, "The hero of Labrynna is challenging the champion of the great sage in the Colosseum within 20 minutes. All who wish to see this monumentous event, please come forth and get your tickets now before they're sold out."
What do you say? I want to check that out.
Yeah, I'd like to see Rodolfo get his trash kicked.
I have absolutely no interest.
Come on. It's like I said, you get to know someone just by watching them fight.
Then enjoy getting to know him. I will continue seeking information.
Who did the town crier say that Rodolfo is fighting, or the hero is fighting?
The town crier said that the hero was fighting the champion of the great sage. Essentially, the president's champion.
I'm surprised that he actually managed to get such a challenge out so quickly.
I know, right? I personally want to go watch it, so... It shouldn't
Then
be
what?
too long. It's just a duel. I'm gonna head out and watch it.
Then watch. I'm not here to stop you.
All
I
right,
just
I'm
have
not.
no interest.
Personally, I'm not good at doing this gathering information stuff. You just point me at something and I'll smash it. And I want to go watch someone. Well, bye. I'm just gonna head towards the Coliseum.
Barla follows.
Okay.
Oh, you want to watch it too?
Yeah, I'm curious to see just what kind of match this is.
Yeah, same here. Very curious.
I just want to see Rodolfo get his rear end handed to him.
Yeah, okay. Who knows? He could win. He had a pretty nice sword.
All right. So while they're off doing that, what's Sora going to do while they're watching?
Probably continue doing what he was doing before, going around trying to ask for more information on the forest. If he can't get any information here, he'll just talk with random people in the town.
Yeah. Before I go to, it's like, yeah, I'll meet you at the gate around nightfall.
Very well. So yeah, you could probably just skip to what they're doing and just tell me whatever information Sora got off screen or whatever.
All right. So you go to the arena, and this champion essentially looks like one of the Wind Waker Dark Nuts. There's a huge helmet on his or her head, and they've also got like this huge chest plate, and they've also got a massive sword. And it seems its only weak point is in the back, and then you just see Rodolfo, who does not look very big by comparison.
What's the audience like? Is this like a crazy audience, or is this just like people sitting on their hands and knees just watching this?
So there isn't a lot of people, but the people who are here are completely jazzed out.
Yeah. But this isn't like a wrestling match. This isn't like a wrestling match where everyone's like just cheering and stuff when like the challenger walks out and booing or that kind of thing.
No, it's definitely like that. There's just not like the seats aren't packed or anything like that. There's just not a huge amount of numbers, but the people who are here have all the energy.
Okay. Yeah.
Is this place free to attend?
The Coliseum?
Were we able to just walk in here? Or was there someone who wanted us to pay to get in?
I'm assuming that right now you're like at the nosebleed section. That's the free section.
Yeah.
If you want the good seats, you gotta pay.
I'll sit at the nosebleed.
I mean, as long as we can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it. There isn't like a really tall person in your way or anything.
Yeah. You know, Sora doesn't know what he's missing. So you look at the small little combatants in the arena.
You know, for such a high-profile type of matchup, you'd kind of expect there to be a few more people.
Oh yeah, if I were a dishonorable person, I'd probably just sneak into one of those empty seats. But I'll stick with the nosebleed.
All right, you can see it looks like Rodolfo and the champion are talking, but you don't know what they're saying to each other.
I wonder if they're doing like pre-match trash talk right now. I think
Maybe they're making a bet.
They go to their corners and they draw their weapons and they close in on each other, and Rodolfo is the first one to make a move. And true to what it seemed like, he is extremely fast, and he's able, even though you don't see any major holes in this armor, wherever the champions are has any mobility, he's striking those pressure points with stunning accuracy. And the champion is having a hard time keeping up with Rodolfo's speed. He's really struggling to hit it, and he doesn't look like he's a slouch either. He looks like he's about as fast with his greatsword as you are with your hammer. And Rodolfo,
I think Barla wants to like go up to the edge where she can shout and then like hype up the champion, being like, "Come on, champion, kick this guy's butt!"
Just really want him to lose.
you say that, and he quickly jerks his head and he swings his sword clear over Rodolfo's head, just nowhere even close. And Rodolfo immediately takes point and just jams the sword right in between the elbows right there. And the champion seems to be slowing down.
Oh yeah, I think he's got this one. He's the champion slowing down. Yeah, it's probably over by now. He's probably gonna yield any second now. Just you watch.
That's really the best the champion of this place has to offer.
Oh, do you want to fight him?
Well, I'm kind of a ranged fighter. Pretty much I get like I'd have to take him down at one shot.
For his finishing move, Rodolfo knocks the helmet off of her head with his shield, and she's out cold. Like, if Sora was here, he could do a heal check, but from what you can tell, she's knocked out.
Oh, it's a her. Is it like, what does she look like? Who is this?
She has like blonde hair.
Well, it looks like he won. Yeah, Rodolfo!
And Rodolfo walks over and helps her get to his feet, and they start talking a bit before they start heading towards the exit point of the Colosseum.
Barla went a little closer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so would she be able to hear what they were maybe talking about?
Roll a convince wisdom check for me.
All right, let's take a look.
That's gonna be a -2.
Yeah.
The disappointment.
Yeah, he could be lucky.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh!
Oh, 16. So, you roll it in discussion, by the way. That's why you can't see it, chat. But you can kind of hear out the words. Our deal and speak with now. You get the gist that he was probably trying to do something very similar to what you guys were doing with the fast track. And Sora, while you were on your adventure, you found out that Rodolfo challenged the champion to a duel in order to gain an immediate audience with the Great Sage.
Interesting.
To
I'll
prove
return
his
to the
worth
rest of
as
the
the
group.
hero.
I'll return to the group and say, "Sounds like Rodolfo just won a bet."
Oh yeah, he certainly did. He's a fast little guy.
Yeah, definitely seems he wasn't kidding with his abilities.
But then I'm still concerned of him going to that forest alone because there's a difference between a duel and being swarmed. You know what I mean?
Perhaps, perhaps we'll be able to find out some more.
So on the other side of the Coliseum, you can kind of see like the crowd moves over to try and greet and meet Rodolfo, and there's like that little bubble around them where the guards try to push back the crowd and stuff. And Rodolfo has slowed his pace to keep up with the champion as they go back towards the the throne room or whatever the building inside of a castle is called, the cathedral.
Does he seem humble or is he kind of like taking it in right now?
You'd have to get closer.
Well, I don't want to really get close to him, so yeah, I'll just make my assumptions.
What we know about him, I wouldn't imagine him to be the most humble.
Well, I guess I should address the 500-foot Goron in the room, and uh, perhaps I could try and do that. I don't know if they accept more than one duel a day, but we could try that maybe. I'm pretty confident in my abilities.
Well,
I'm going to assume Sora gets back more or less now with the information of Rodolfo getting whatever information he wants right now.
Oh, I thought we were meeting at dusk at the gate.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the fight wasn't that long.
Yeah, so maybe we
maybe.
came out of the Coliseum and we spot Sora.
I mean, if he's flying around, I guess he's pretty easy to spot.
Yeah, probably. You could probably easily just find him flying around, going somewhere or other.
So I guess, how about upon getting out of the Coliseum, I spot Sora and I try to get his attention?
Okay, roll me up. I'm joking. I'm not the DM.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a bonus to your notice. I'm sure that you could find him.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah. Sora hears you. He notices you and he flies back down and he says, "So, how's the sword measuring contest?"
Oh, he won. Rodolfo won. I think he's certainly not just hyping himself up for no reason.
Yeah, he has a world-class blade and he knows how to use it.
Interesting. Well, well, I can confirm one thing. The fight he did was for the purpose of speaking with your great sage or whatever you want to call him. Apparently, he fought the champion in order to meet with the sage in some sort of deal or something.
Okay, so if we wanted to get more information, that's one of our options.
Yeah, well, maybe I could be your champion, and you could do this. I'm not really good at the talking and negotiating and information gathering. I'm pretty good at fighting.
I mean,
Okay.
if you wish to fight, you may. I don't see much reason unless you are certain that speaking with this great sage is our easiest foot forward.
Well, it's a great sage. They've got to know something. It wouldn't be great if they didn't.
I will leave it up to you, though be aware that whatever this match is, it will likely be one-on-one, which means you cannot rely on any of us to be able to help you.
Oh yeah, I'm used to it. It's fine.
Very well.
But that's if that's what you want to do. I mean, all I'm saying is I'm good at fighting, and if that's the way we get an audience, and perhaps we can try that.
Did you get any more information about the wood sore?
I have not. Conversation was mostly on our Mr. Hero. Beyond that, I was not able to get much in the way of information on the forest. I do not believe that we will get it from any of the common folk around here at the very least.
Well, if that's the case, we could take a chance at this challenge. What do you think, Bodon? You think you have the skills to take him?
Oh yeah, it looked
her?
easy. I mean, it doesn't look like it's to the death, so I don't really have anything to lose, right?
That is fair.
Well, then, yeah, why not?
Are you sure you fully recovered from that last venture in the well?
Well, I just got a little bit of a scratch. If I were to gauge it, I'm at about at a 21 out of 24.
Interesting scale.
Yeah. A lot of people tell me that. I just that's how I gauge the damage I've taken.
Well, if we're not going to be doing any other kind of combat, perhaps you could heal him up before he goes in there, Sora.
Well, first we got to see if we can even do it first. I don't want to waste his magic and resources if we don't have to.
Yes, it would be preferable if we know if it is possible first, rather than specifically going off and doing something that we don't know if it will lead to any results or not.
Okay, let's go see if we can find someone to set us up with this kind of duel.
All right. So where are you headed? Where you want to go first?
It might be a good idea to just go looking after that champion.
The champion went back into the cathedral with Rodolfo.
Oh, let's go there.
Although, didn't he first head to the place with the to do the paperwork?
That's where the guard said he went first, but you saw where you last saw him. He went into the cathedral.
Okay, well, I guess should we go there then?
Yeah, we'll see how we can get this set up by going there first, if they allow us to even go in there.
All right, so because Rodolfo's been taking it in, the crowd is still at the cathedral doors when you get over there.
Something tells me we aren't going to be very successful going this way.
You could always try to make your way to the front of the crowd.
We got a big Goron here.
Yeah, just kind of shove our way through all the fans.
Yeah, Barla's just gonna start pushing people.
Sora is not. He does not feel like getting arrested right now.
All right, you
Yes,
make your way up to the front of the line. Rodolfo's turned around and he's smiling, the toothpaste magazine smile.
Waving.
Yeah, he's waving, and he spots you all and
kissing a baby.
Not yet. And he says, "Oh, it's the Vagabond Guardians." I hope that you saw that my skills as a hero were not an exaggeration.
Oh, yeah, you're certainly no slouch.
Sure, you're great.
We'd heard that you apparently had gained an audience by going through with this such a duel.
Ah, yes, it's part of the finding a hero ritual. It's kind of one of those laws that no one really knew about. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know about it either, but they said they had it, and I know I'm the hero, so I took them up on it, and I've proven I'm the hero. No one else can take that challenge now.
Interesting. I have an idea. Barlow whispers to the team. Is there any like guards, or is the champion standing next to Rodolfo right now?
Yeah, they're keeping
All
the
right, so
crowd back,
Barlow's
even
gonna
though he
look up
came
at those
towards
people.
you.
Yeah, she's gonna look up at those people and just point to Rodolfo and say, "We're with him."
All right, I
This
want
is
you.
why Sora is very glad he's in the back of the line
I
and
want
not
you
up
to
there
make
right now.
a convince charisma check.
Oh,
Oh,
this is
come,
gonna be bad.
come on, just get a 20.
This is gonna be
So if I
amazing.
don't have the skill, then it's -2, right?
Yep.
And if I also have a -2 in my stat, then it'll be -4.
Oh no.
This is amazing.
Yeah, we were with them in the rain. Oh,
Oh, that would be an 8.
Yeah, the response you get is, "We're with him too. Yeah, we're all with him. We're with him. Let us in, regard. We're with him. We're with her and she's with him."
Oh my gosh.
So you kind of have like now they're trying to like push their way through you, and the guards pushing them back, and Rodolfo kind of chuckles and he says, "Well, your attitude changed rather quickly, I must say. But I'm just gonna be talking hero stuff, just getting information with her to figure out what's going on. It's nothing you'd really want or really even need to come with me for."
you think you could tell us when you're done?
Oh, what do
Or could you just do us a favor and just get some information about the woods and maybe just 'cause that's where we're probably headed next.
Hmm. Let me think. And he goes and talks to the champion, and he comes back over and he says, "They're with me!" and the guards let you through, and the crowd probably is like, I'm still with them. I'm with them too. And he's like the Goron, the Gerudo, that nice sailor fellow. It seems like they lost their bird.
Oh, where did he go?
Well,
He's all the way at the back, just not bothering to push across the crowd like you guys did.
even though he can
He's getting
fly
trampled.
over it.
I mean, yeah, he can fly through it, but
It's like, well, okay, I guess he wasn't really part of your group anyway.
Oh, yeah, he was. He just he's just kind of aloof. I think that's the word.
Well, do not worry, my vagabond guards. I'll make sure that whatever concerns you have will be addressed. I'll bring you with me to the meeting. I'll ask my questions. You ask your questions. And then you can defend the territory while I make sure that all of the most nasty beasts are brought low.
That's really nice of you, Rodolfo. You really are a hero.
Of course I'm a hero. You can't be a hero by serving yourself.
Yeah.
He says as he like winks at a teenage girl.
oh gosh, this is getting worse.
All right.
And unless Sora is actually going to suddenly fly in, you're going to be in the castle now.
Okay, could I maybe try signaling to Sora or
Sora,
over the crowd, or is he kind of like out of
Unless
sight?
he's flying, you won't be able to see him, and he won't be able to see you.
I mean, I suppose Sora might try and fly and see if they managed to successfully accomplish anything and didn't get arrested.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, you might be able to make a few hand signals at him on slow.
Okay, so I can try waving him over.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so Sora took to the air, and I can kind of spot him, and I try to wave out to him.
Yeah, you might be doing the come over here motion. What's Sora's response?
Sora's first off surprised that you guys aren't arrested, but he eventually flies over.
You'll never guess what happened, Sora. Rodolfo is allowing us to come into the castle with him. I think you need to thank him for this.
Oh, you found the bird. That's awesome. I guess you are still a group after all.
Yeah.
I merely did not join them because I expected shoving across a crowd is rather rude.
Well, they're just fans. They do that. They just get a little rowdy. No one's gonna get arrested.
But
Yeah.
very well, I suppose I shall thank you then.
Oh, no problem. It's the duty of the hero. After all, you are the guards of the land, the vagabond guards of the land. You'll make sure that the minuscule battles are fought while I fight the big battles.
Yeah, the little battles. Someone needs to fight them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, while all of this chatter is going on, you're led up a few flights of stairs into what's presumably a meeting room of some kind. It's got kind of like a round table. It looks more like a judgment room, really. Where in the middle you have what you presume to be the Grand Sage. She's got like a long flowing dress, all that stuff that you would assume that a queen or someone of high power would possess. I'm sure Dekka would be eyeing all of the jewelry that she has and wants to go find as much of that as possible to sell. And the champion, she gestures and says, Grand Sage Lola has accepted the audience of the hero who approved himself by a combat, the hero of our age, Rodolfo, and his vagabond guard companions who want to know something.
I wave.
Oh, he's already labeled us that title to everyone.
And she sits down in the chair and she says, "It's good to have a hero come out this early on within a crisis." Oh, of course. A hero always comes in the nick of time, as they say. I was wondering, fairy fountains, I can't find a fairy for some reason. I know that they're really useful for any time a hero is just a little bit outmatched. Not that I will be outmatched for a long time, but assuming the mastermind behind these monsters comes out, I want to be as prepared as possible. Well, unfortunately, from all of the sources we've been hearing from the elect and from, well, their voters, fairy fountains have been drying up. The fairies themselves are becoming harder and harder to find. It seems that either the calamity above has finally claimed them, either their life force is tied to that region or they are leaving this area. We don't know which. Either scenario does not look good for the land of Labrynna. Oh, well, that really puts a bummer on things. But surely there's some kind of power we can unlock to give me the best chance possible at defeating the sage. You can't, or defeating the evil. You always need some sort of magic to do that kind of thing, according to the legends. That's true. The hero always has someone or something to grant him the power to repel evil in some scenarios. The last hero of Labrynna, the hero of legend, had the Oracle of Ages. We haven't heard of the Oracle of Ages in some time. However, we know the Maku tree to the north knows something about the Oracle of Ages. Maybe she could help us find this era's Oracle. It is hard to tell exactly where the Oracle went after the death of Lynna. Ah, well, I guess that is where I shall make my great haste. I'll ask the Maku tree for any assistance that she may give to me. And if I can find this Oracle of Ages to grant me the power to defeat evil. Alright, I don't know which one of you vagabond guards, but they also had a concern. I think that their elect, the champion said, Takahashi, I mean, I'm sure he's a beautiful man, but he's not right here, so, what do you want to ask?
Simply put, there was a recent attack by some monsters within this town, and we believe that they have come from the forest to the west. We would like to ask if you have any information of the forest that might be helpful in preventing the monsters from coming and expelling them so that they might be unable to attack this city again.
The elect from Symmetry City has reported that the density of these monsters has been increasing like you describe. We aren't exactly sure where they are inside of the forest. No one has had scouts return from within. However, reports from the refugees from Hyrule suggest this is the same kind of events that happened before Calamity Ganon destroyed the entire kingdom. This is why it has been very important to find Rodolfo as the hero, to be able to start putting measures in place before the calamity happens.
You know, this stuff is a little above my head, but when we were in Lynna the other day, there was bokoblins, and there was a moblin summon them endlessly, and there was a dried up fairy fountain. I don't know, underneath the well. I don't know. Yeah, just thought I'd let you know.
Summoning other monsters within is unusual for that creature. Normally it would take something far more powerful to do something like that. And with the fairy fountain drying up, that leads us to believe that something powerful is heading towards Labrynna. If the calamity of the north is awakening and moving this way, this could indicate that. However, Labrynna has had its own share of evils in the past, namely the sorceress Varen. We have no reason to believe she can reincarnate. However, it seems that this age is full of mysteries after the beasts of Hyrule turned against their creators. If you would be so willing, you do not have to accept this, but you could be our scouts into those Westwoods. You seem to have been a very capable group of guards, and because you have no allegiance to any one city, perhaps you could make your scout and report your findings to elect Takeshi inside of Lynna City, and we would be able to know more about the situation. Unfortunately, the information we have is very limited, and we must send the hero northward to the Maku tree in order to find out where the Oracle of Ages is gone.
Oh, that sounds good. You in for it, guys? When you say scout, does that mean we just go get information? You don't want us to... I point to the hammer on my back.
Information would be the most important.
Obviously, we will need to defend ourselves from the monsters in there, but as scouts, our most important duty would be to go in, ascertain what's happening, see where perhaps the stronger groups of monsters are, where they're congregating, and then report as much information as possible back. That is the duty of a scout.
Oh, that sounds kind of boring, but okay.
I'll do it if there's money or food involved.
Yeah, what kind of reward would we expect for this?
I can't believe that you would ask something, but I suppose as a guard, that is always your stance. She kind of shushes him and is like, well, because you're serving all of us in Labrynna, we would be able to provide essentially a few things of your request. You might want some special equipment, or maybe just a couple hundred rupees or something of that nature. And we will do our best to accommodate.
Should maybe spruce up my my hammer here. That's all I really care about.
That would be difficult because you would need a blacksmith to maintain it unless it's a masterworking such as Rodolfo's sword.
Well, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I guess we'll be more than happy to go into the woods for you.
Yes, we will have to save our reward for until we are successful. We can think on it until then, but first and foremost, we should focus on the work ahead.
Very well. If that is all the questions that you guardsmen would like to present, I would like to speak personally with Rodolfo after this, if you do not mind.
Oh yeah, sure.
I do have one thing though. We would like to request a map of both what is known about the woods and nearby settlements that we can head to and use as a sort of base before going into the woods.
Yes, I believe I can do that. She calls in a guard and tells him some words, and he goes off, and she says, all you'll have to do is wait near the front gate to the cathedral, and they will bring you the best map that we have to offer for your scouting mission.
Very well.
We will give you a copy. Please do not omit any details about any encampments you find along the way.
Sure thing, boss.
Very well. I believe that should be all for us then, unless the rest of these guys believe they have anything they need to speak about.
Nope. Thank you kindly, ma'am.
All right, and with that,
Thank you.
the doors close, and you're outside. You get the 2 maps as promised, and I think we'll end the session there.
All right.
So yeah, we will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.